Um, it was kind of a tricky situation today, but we're happy to be here. I'm gonna check and see if the girls are ready, and then we're gonna get started, get into it because this book is beefy, and we have a lot of stuff to hop into. So let me check in with the girls. Are you gals ready?
Mm.
Ready, Freddy?
Mhm.
Okay. Then let's get started because I was just saying how beefy the book is. We have a lot to get through,
Yes.
and I have a lot of questions. So no time to waste, like the present. Um, Hello everybody, and welcome to On the Same Page. I'm your host, Kylie or Kiele, Zesty, Stress Lemon Zest, whatever the fuck you want to call me, as long as it's not mean. And we're a friends podcast. We do lots of books, and today we're covering Cloud Cuckoo Land, which was my pick for September, so I'm excited. Um, Pronouns are she, they, and our starting question is: if you could be any inanimate object, what would you be?
Wow.
This question was inspired by Kiki Palmer. Her answer was
Oh
very
yeah.
divine, and I
Mhm.
adore that answer a lot.
What was your answer?
um, but if I was any inanimate object, I would be. I think I would be. I said this question. Now I don't know how I want to answer it. Because I thought of something, but I was like, no, actually, I don't want to be that. That sounds terrible. I would be a blanket.
That's good.
I think I just want to be a blanket. I want to be cozy. I want to keep people cozy and comfy. People use me for security. I really like that idea. So there we go.
Nice.
All right, next is.
Hmm. I'll go next.
Oh,
Also,
yes.
Cass, Kiki's answer was she would be a rock
Oh, yeah.
because even if someone stepped on her, it only hurts them.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Even if
Wow.
someone steps on
Mhm.
you
Brutal.
good. That's what she says.
Right. Mhm.
She's so funny.
Brutal.
She is so funny. Um, I see the same Kiki Palmer videos and I laugh every single time. Like whenever she goes, "Well, the gag is you weren't there." I don't know why. That makes me laugh so hard. It's like, why? Because the gag is you weren't there.
My favorite is when
Anyway,
she sings at Cynthia Erivo every time she sees
yes,
her, and it's just because they don't like each other, and it's so funny. It cracks
they
me up.
don't like each other.
Um, we can get into that later. Cynthia Erivo is like she's not among the black community. She's a little bit of a traitor, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Isn't she playing Jesus?
What?
What?
Isn't she
Excuse me?
playing?
What the fuck did you just say to me?
I think. Hold on, hold on. Now I feel silly. Hold on. Because I thought she was getting canceled because I think there's like a some sort of play where it's like, are you looking at?
Kylie
Hold on.
is currently typing.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I think it's something where she
Oh no,
is.
she's in Jesus Christ Superstar. She played the
Oh,
title role of Jesus in a 2025 production of Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl.
okay, yeah. Okay, so I guess I didn't know. I just knew people were mad. They're like, she's playing Jesus, and it's like, okay, what?
Wait.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm
Is
sorry.
Jesus Christ Superstar not uh what
Yes,
is the word I'm
I'm also looking it up now.
what is the word I'm thinking of? Satire. Is Jesus Christ Superstar not satire?
It is.
That's what I
Okay,
thought. Like Book of Mormon satire.
right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, then I feel like anybody except maybe a white man could play Jesus and it would be fine.
Right. It's also, I know, it's like people are getting mad about the wrong things. It's like, as a Christian, if you're going to be mad about something, be mad about the play, not who's playing Jesus.
What
Like,
the heck?
the play is making fun of, anyway.
Hmm.
Anyway, we just want to be mad at a black woman. Let's just say that.
For real.
You know?
For real, though. No, for real.
Because how long has that been a thing? Forever. Anyway, my name is Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
I go by Ash. Also Ass. I go by she, her. If I were
Corpse speak.
an inanimate object,
The documentary.
I don't know. I don't know. That one's hard.
It is a hard question. I said it for a reason.
Yeah, it's hard. Hmm. Gosh, I have no idea.
You gotta pick.
Because I keep thinking, what?
You gotta pick.
I just keep thinking like water or a cloud. Probably a
Oh,
cloud.
I like that.
Yeah. No particular reason, just because
Wow.
it'd be pretty nice to be a cloud.
I like that.
But not like a storm. Just like a little cloud.
That's kind of cool, though, because you would change forms, you know?
Mhm.
You turn to fog, and then you turn condense or whatever, and turn to water.
Cumulonimbus.
Yeah.
I like that.
Only
Kiele.
sunny rain and white clouds. Not the ones that, or like regular rain, but or like a nice thunderstorm, but not like I'm gonna ruin your roof or
Purple
cause a flood
rain.
or anything. Right.
Purple rain. Like that.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. Last but not least.
Peanut butter cracker.
Oh my gosh.
A peanut butter cracker. The way you said a peanut butter cracker. I'll be a peanut butter cracker. Why would
Which
you
is
be a peanut butter
also
cracker?
an inanimate object I would choose. No.
I thought you said I'm sorry, I'm eating a peanut butter cracker. You would
that
eat
is-
a peanut butter cracker.
No, no.
I was like, you
No,
want to be
no,
a
no.
peanut butter cracker? What?
No, yes,
Okay.
both. No, I was eating a peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
I'm Cass.
Mhm.
Cassidy. She, her. Inanimate object. I've been looking around the room as if I'm limited to only what I can see.
Mm.
And then I just now realized that I could use my imagination and think of other inanimate objects, but I'm struggling to conjure any image that I can't currently look at.
Oh.
I know. Inanimate. Inanimate is just not living, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's talk about that concept.
Oh.
Who gets to decide what's living or not? Cynthia Erivo, who's Jesus? Probably.
She is the authority. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Authority.
We're gonna go with candle.
Oh.
That's what I'm looking at.
Is that because you're burning out?
No, I was
Or
gonna
bring
say
light and warmth into a room.
I was saying it as a concern. I was saying it as a concern. I was like, "Are you okay? Why are you going with a candle?" I was concerned. Okay, I was like, "I don't want you to burn away."
A lit candle. It'll be on fire until it burns out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what scent are you?
Oh yeah, what scent are you?
It's a very important question.
Like sandalwood.
Oh, sandalwood.
That's a good one.
I like that.
It's like it's a pretty vague scent, I feel like.
No, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Slightly earthy.
Yep.
It's
like warm. Warm scent.
Yeah. Warm.
Okay. Are we ready to get in this fucking book?
Yes.
Let's do it. I gotta read this long ass intro. You ready?
Oh my god.
Okay.
So today we're covering Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr, whatever the fuck his name is. Sorry, Anthony. I'm sure you're very rich. You made all the light we cannot see, so I'm sure you're rich. But
Oh,
anyway, um, this is the non-spoiler section. So we are going to go through our overall thoughts and opinions, our ratings out of 5 stars, things we liked or disliked. Did we like the author's writing style? Did we like the tone, the voice? What is the weight of the book? All of that good stuff.
mm.
I'm going to read a synopsis so that way you can hear what it is, and then we will get into it. Sorry, of course you made me laugh. Anyway, this is really long. So
Hmm?
just hold on. I even have a shortened version of it. It's still long. Set in Constantinople in the 15th century in a small town in present-day Idaho and on an interstellar ship decades from now, Anthony Doerr's gorgeous third novel is a triumph of imagination and compassion, a soaring story about children on the cusp of adulthood in worlds in peril who find resilience, hope, and a book. In Cloud Cuckoo Land, Doerr has created a magnificent tapestry of time and places that reflect our vast interconnectedness with other species, with each other, with those who lived before us, and with those who will be here after we're gone. 13-year-old Anna, an orphan, lives inside the formidable walls of Constantinople in the house of women who make their living embroidering the robes of priests. Restless, insatiable, curious Anna learns to read, and in this ancient city famous for its libraries, she finds a book, the story of Athon, I forgot how to say his name, who longs to be turned into a bird so that he can fly into a utopian paradise in the sky. Then she reads to her ailing sister as the walls of the only place she has ever known are bombarded by a great siege of Constantinople. Outside the walls is Omir, a village boy, miles from home, conscripted with his beloved with his beloved oxen into the invading army. His path and Anna's will cross. 500 years later, in a library in Idaho, octogenarian Zeno, they called him an octogenarian, that's really mean. Zeno, who learned Greek as a prisoner of war, rehearses 5 children in a play adaptation of Athon's story, preserved against all odds through centuries, tucked among the library shelves in a bomb. Oh my God! Take a moment.
I have no idea
Take a moment.
what this book is about.
Tucked among the library shelves is a bomb planted by a troubled, idealistic teenager, Seymour. This is another siege, and in a not so distant future on the interstellar ship Argos, Constance is alone in a vault, copying on scraps of sacking the story of Athon, told to her by her father. She has never stepped foot on our planet. That was really hard to read because it was so crazy. That was a shortened version, all right? That's all I got. It's all like an octogenarian. I know. Why do they call him that? I don't know. Anyway, it's fine.
It just means he's in his 80s.
That's so depressing for someone to be called an octogenarian. I hate that. Okay.
Called an octogenarian when I am 80.
Okay, so taking a swig of water because that was so much to read. That's what the book's about. I'll go first since this was my book choice. So, first, overall thoughts. I did not think I was going to like this book at all. Partially because I chose this book to challenge myself. I've not read this, like a book this large in a really long time. This over 600 pages. It's a really long book. Have not read a book like this long in a long time. Oh my God. I'm not going to make it, guys. We're going to have to end stream.
Hey.
I'm not going to make it.
No, we'll be fine.
It's not going well.
You can do it. No, we'll be fine.
But I did this to challenge myself. Also, it's a historical fantasy sci-fi. And that's not my jam. Historical fiction, fantasy, sci-fi. Sci-fi, not my jam. Not my jam at all. So I was like, okay, we're going to challenge myself. I did not expect to actually like this book. I chose it because I was like, I'm going to cancel out my 5-star streak. I'm going to pick a book I'm going to hate, and we're going to get through it. What?
Purposely picked a book that she thought she could just roast.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I was like, I need a good roasting book. Unfortunately for me, this is a 5-star book for me. Unfortunately, um, I love this book so
Five
much,
stars.
and it was really, really good, and I had a really fun time with it.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
how you say
mhm.
um, I did not think I was gonna like this book at all, and it really, really surprised me, partially because of how Anthony Doerr, whatever his fuck his name writes, is very intriguing. He does write really lengthy descriptions, but um, it's not. There's only like certain characters where I felt like it was in an too much way. I felt like it wasn't in the whole book though. It wasn't like overbearing. And if it was a lot, I was just like blah 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 blah. Okay. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like a ton of the book, which was really nice. And I felt like a lot of the descriptions were actually kind of necessary to put you in the place and time because we do time jump a lot in this book. So I didn't feel like
Mhm.
it was a lot of unnecessary descriptions, which was really nice. I really liked how he wrote each character. And we talked about this in How to Lose a Time War, how one of our complaints was the two writers and the characters, they didn't feel distinguishable enough. Um, and I felt like
Mhm.
each character was very distinguishable. Like, even if they didn't tell me who we were following, I would be able to figure it out, which was
Yes.
really nice and helpful. And it made it really easy to follow along because there are like 6 main characters, I think. Yeah. There's a lot of main characters in this book. And I felt like it was really easy to like follow along what was going on. As long as the weight of
Mhm.
the book, I feel like this book is heavy for me, but partially because it is over 600 pages, and that's pretty hefty.
Physically
Um,
heavy.
yes, and I also think it touches on a lot of themes. Um, so like overall weight, I would probably give 4 out of 5 weight. Um, because it does touch on a lot of themes and it's a lot of interconnectingness that you kind of have to be like, oh, and you got to really follow along. But I think it's
Mhm.
still tangible. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's intangible. Like
Yeah.
it does a really good job at like not over explaining, but also being like, oh yes, my brain does work and I have to use it. Um, yeah, I don't really have too many. I'm trying to think if there was any critiques. I don't think I have too many critiques, honestly. I think the story overall was really interesting. And I really liked it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Okay. Ash, do you want to go next?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay, so I also rated this 5 stars. I enjoyed
Ooh,
this book
Okay.
a lot. Um, I read and listened to this, surprise, surprise.
that's a big book.
But it was a big book. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, I was a little intimidated that there were so many main characters and we jumped around. But honestly, like I think the way he wrote, it wasn't like I'm trying to think how to say this, but for me, it's like he subtly reminded you of things, but not in an obvious way, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like, like say we haven't talked about Constance in a while, like maybe it'd be like 100 or so pages, and Constance, one of the characters, isn't doesn't have a chapter. It's kind of like when we come back to her, it's kind of like you didn't need to remember all the details from the last chapter to like catch up with what she's doing, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Like it's like there's a lot of like character building and stuff, but it's like I feel like each chapter is its own thing. Like of course you need to read the book to keep, like you can't just jump around the book and be like, yeah, it's like you don't need to, you know what I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but it's
No,
like
you are. You
I
are.
never felt if we didn't talk up to Seymour in a really long time, I didn't feel lost the next time he spoke. You know, it's like, oh man, and you've been checked on him. You know, and I wonder
Hmm.
if that's kind of by design because there's some of those chapters that end, and you're like, oh no. And then the
Yeah.
next time you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, are we gonna find out what happens? And then they're like, it was them, but when they were a child, and you're like, no, we're not gonna find out. But I don't know. I really liked how all of that was kind of paced. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It was a really I liked the experience of reading and listening to this book.
Yes,
But
yes.
he never forgot about anything. Like anything that was mentioned, it had a significance to it.
Yes.
Um,
Exactly, exactly.
yes. Wait. Um,
Can I interrupt you really quick?
mhm.
I didn't want to interrupt your thought. Real quick, we just had a raid. Hi, raiders, welcome in. We're doing Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. We are in the non-spoiler section right now. I gave it 5 stars. Ashley just gave it 5 stars. She's currently in the middle of her review. We really appreciate you rating. Hello, you're welcome to chat. We do read all of chat. We might not say it out loud, but we do read it all. So thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate it. Kiss, kiss. Okay, go ahead, Ashley. Finish your
Okay.
beautiful thought, your beautiful brain.
Um, yeah, so wait, I thought it's interesting because I think there were some parts where it was like, okay, wait. I always forget what wait. I'm gonna say in like, okay, yeah, for like content wise,
Mhm.
I feel like it's pretty in the middle. Like he doesn't shy away from heavy topics, but again, like how he delivers it, it's not. There's definitely some parts where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
no, but it wasn't like on Earth we were briefly beautiful. Like
Oh,
I wasn't
Jesus.
like, I wasn't like I'm gonna go lay down in silence
Mhm.
for a moment. Like he didn't shy away from moments, but he also didn't like drag them out either. Like he didn't go into certain details or he was like, and this happened, and then this, and this is how, you know what I mean? It was very matter of the fact almost for a lot of it. Or it's like you're experiencing this as they're experiencing it. And now we're on this next chapter. Now we're in Constantinople, and you're like, no, no, what's gonna happen? But yeah, so I felt like the weight was pretty like even of like I don't know, it was to me still lighthearted, but it didn't shy away from heavier topics,
Mm.
or like heavier scenes, if that makes sense. But the way he wrote didn't like make it. I don't know how to explain that
No,
very
you're
well.
saying great. You're doing great.
Okay. Um,
Don't let the
so
Raiders make you nervous, Ashley.
I'm so nervous.
Don't
Um,
let them make you nervous. All right? They're just goofballs. I know a lot
oh
of
my
these people.
gosh,
They're goofballs. Don't even listen to them.
what are they saying? I'm just kidding. Um, but I thought the flow was very good. Like I didn't want to put this book down or not listen to it, or take a break from it or anything. I thought it flowed really nice. I was engaged the whole time. Like for me, there wasn't a slow part.
I agree with that.
But yeah,
Mm.
I think that's it. Would I recommend this book? 100%.
Oh my God, I forgot to say that. Yes, 100% I would too.
I was telling my husband to read it, and he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, it's on your Audible, so you should listen
Oh,
to
that's
it.
right.
He's
You
like,
used his
okay.
Audible points.
I did. I was like,
As you
he'll
should.
forgive me. Yeah.
He has
Isn't
to.
that a
But yeah.
husband's duty
Wasn't
to
that
give
in a
you
vow
his
or something?
right? To give you an Audible point, literally.
Yeah.
I think I remember him saying that.
I think so too.
Mm,
We were
mhm.
there at her wedding, I'm pretty sure. And he
Oh,
said,
Yeah.
yeah,
till
it
death do us
wasn't our
part
vows.
or Audible
Mhm.
points expire.
Yeah.
That's literally what he said. Why don't I have a gold star on my
Wow.
name card? That's because I'm the worst book club member. So
No, that is not true.
no, it's because I'm the one that waits the most amount of time before reading a book. Usually I'm the last person to read the book. That's why I don't have a gold star. Okay. Cass, you want to go?
Yes. This is the easiest 5-star rating I've ever given.
Oh,
Uh,
wait, hold
in
on.
fact,
Someone clip that.
Whoa.
Someone clip it. Guys, no, for those who are just coming, you don't understand how much this means to me because Cassidy hates every book I've ever suggested. And I'm so excited.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's not true.
Just like a handful of them.
Just most of them that I've
Some.
only recommended 3 books this year. And she says a handful, which means 2 out of 3. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. My blood pressure raised. Sorry, continue.
Oh my gosh. I will say, I do think, Cass, this is like, you always debate your stars. And I think this is the first time you're like, no, hands down, 5 stars.
Debate my stars. This was just, if there was a book that screamed Cassidy, it was this one. So good. No notes. In fact, if there was a book that I've given 5 stars before, it's been demoted to 4 because this is 5 stars.
Wow.
What? Oh my God! I'm blushing. Wow. Wow.
Just fantastically done. I love a good storyline. It's historical, it's fantasy, it's all the good stuff. The only thing it's missing is a map, but how could they? We were all over the place. But
there was a map of imagination.
That's true. That's very true. I thought it was
Yeah,
beautiful. I thought it was it's so hard, I think, to successfully do a timeline jump. The fantasy element of this really only comes in with Constance's story, but and not even really fake fantasy. But I think it's so hard to do the timeline jump when there's so many characters involved and to keep a consistent through story, and it just ends up getting messy. But he did it exceptionally well. And it, like, every story was connected to the other in some way, even if not obviously. It was just like the message of the stories were all connected. I thought he did the timeline jumping well in the fact that what Ashley was saying with that you never felt lost when we would take a break from a certain character for a long time, and then when we got back into the story you didn't feel lost. And I think part of that was because there was always context clues with each character, and he also kind of like re-explained what was happening, but in a subtle way that didn't feel like, oh, and when we last left off. But he just kind of, I don't know, puts little hints in there that remind you of, oh yeah, this is where we were last time. So I just thought it was exceptionally well written and a very good message. I also just I love stories that are about stories, and that was definitely this one. Metafiction, the best. But yeah, weight, I'd say like maybe 3 out of 5. I don't think there were some heavy, like emotionally heavy things, but not really in a way that felt big. Like, he didn't, like Ashley said, it wasn't, they didn't really dwell on it. It was just part of the story. There's a lot going on, so that's the weight of it, is that there's a lot to keep track of. But again, he tells the story so well that it doesn't take a cognitive toll on you to do so. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Wait, 100% would recommend. Everybody should read it.
Wow, my heart is aflutter. I think this is the most successful book that I've ever suggested, so I'm very excited about this, guys. Okay, I'm very excited. Okay, before we leave non-spoiler section, any other thoughts? Things you think people should know going into it?
Just enjoy. That's it.
Too long for the ride.
Yes.
I think that's perfect advice. Okay. So I agree, Jen. I agree. Jen also has a book club, and so she's saying that their book club messed up. Not voting for
Oh,
it. Yeah. Because I'm a
It's
pro
so
at
fun.
recommending books, you know?
Read it. Read it. Pick it next time.
yes. Don't let them vote. Just be like, we're doing this one.
Yeah. No democracy.
Thank me later.
The dictatorship.
Double Bill is now a dictatorship, yes.
Oh god. Okay. We're gonna go into the spoiler section now because we do have a chunk to talk about. This book is
Mhm.
big, so we got a big chunk to talk about. We are going into the spoiler section. We really all recommended this book. We all gave it 5 stars. If you have any inclination that you're like, I don't want this book spoiled, please leave. Do it.
Yes.
We will post this on all of the book club books are posted on oh my god, I fucked that up. Are posted on YouTube under podcasts. It's right there. Has all of our books. It'll be on there. So if you're like, I want to read it, but I want to hear what you have to say, we're not going to be gone forever. It's YouTube, isn't it? Exactly. YouTube. I did it on both then because I'm a dweeb. Okay. We're going into the spoiler section. Now's your chance to leave. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Get out of here.
We're spoiling. We're spoiling right now. Bye,
Good.
Mika. I'm gonna throw up the warning really quick. So content warning. Big content warnings for a lot of this is gaslighting, manipulation, mental health, violence, abuse, war, PTSD, homophobia, gun violence, bomb violence, gross body stuff related to war, children in danger, and other related topics. If you're like, whoa, I don't want to hear about that, feel free to skedaddle. It won't hurt our feelings. We'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. It's a yucky world out there. Got to take extra care of yourself now. Okay. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Here we go. I will say, Jen, this book isn't necessarily dark. I would say it handles really intense themes well.
Yes.
So all of those seem like a lot because I just posted them on there, but it doesn't throw it at you in an unimaginable way. Like it doesn't make it seem like it's too big to handle.
When you were reading through the list, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that was in there, wasn't it?
I know. I had to really think about it. I was like, what? What's going on? Okay, first question. Here we go. For a story extremely character driven, who was your favorite character and why?
What's the favorite character?
Who was your favorite character?
Me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh god.
Yeah, you got this.
Oh god. I feel like I have to say Zeno.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for a grumpy old man finds purpose story.
Mm.
And that is Zeno. And he's just I feel like his story was the most endearing and you just wanted to root for him the most because
Mhm.
it just seemed like most of his past is just the world being so mean to him and then he finds this purpose and he does it himself and he makes things better for these kids and in the end he fucking saves their lives which was crazy the way that they announced like you don't learn that until Constance looks it up on her little ship.
They did
Like,
a
who
lot
was
of like
this
big
man?
bombs like that. I was like, what the
They,
fuck?
oh my
Yes.
god! But I love how they did that. That they would like make these big reveals about characters through another character's story, which was like
Mhm.
such a neat way to do that. It made it. It was so creative.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What I like because it's like you have these big plot twist moments, and you're like, okay, how do I reveal this without being obvious? Do it in a completely different timeline. That's how you do it. But yeah, the fact that yeah, his story was just amazing. I thought it was the most compelling in terms of like character growth. And he's just a sweet guy. He
Mhm.
just wants to put on this play for these kids.
Sorry.
that his lover cared so much about. And not even. It's like I feel like Cloud Cuckoo Land was Zeno's baby. He
Mhm.
came to it because of Rex, but really it was like he's always had the interest, and he's the one who took the action to do it. It's not like he did it for Rex, he did it for him,
Hmm.
and then he ended up doing it for the children. And so yeah, I think Zeno is my favorite.
I love it. I just realized I should probably introduce all the characters, just for the
True.
people who might not want to read it but want to hear the conversation. So I'm going to introduce characters really quick. So we have our Constantinople team, which is Anna and Omir. Anna is a girl who, um, she starts off living in a house with a bunch of women who are used for forced labor to make really nice embroideries for people of the church. Um, and Omir, and she learns how to read the old Greek language from a old teacher. Omir is a guy who was born with a cleft palate, and they think that he's cursed, and he gets like basically essentially banished from his home, and he joins the
Mhm.
Sultan to go off to war to fight and take over Constantinople. But he's a very sweet guy. He's very like he's an animal lover. He's very intuitive with animals and like the way that the land is. It's very sweet. Zeno, who is Cass's favorite character, he is an 87-year-old man. He fought in the Korean
Sorry.
War, and he is a gay person um in the 50s. So that was very hard. So we follow his story and like how his dad passed away in World War II, and then he went and fought in the Korean War,
Mhm.
and he lives with his stepmom. Um, and he falls in love with this guy named Rex. Seymour, who is a teenager, um, they don't necessarily say it, but it is implied that he is autistic,
Mhm.
and also possibly suffers from mental illness. He's a teenager, and he is extremely like passionate about climate change, and joins a group of eco terrorists, basically. Especially since his best friend, who is an owl, passes away because of
Trusted
construction.
friend.
Yeah. And he finds his wing, and that kind of takes him down that path of becoming an eco terrorist. And he plants a bomb, or we start off with him trying to plant a bomb in the library that Zeno is in as he is holding a play with children from the manuscript Cloud Cuckoo Land that he interprets or translates. That's the word I'm looking for. And then we have, and that is our Idaho team. Zeno and Seymour are in Idaho. And then Constance, she is on the Argos, which is set in space. Um, and is a generation spaceship. So this is like many generations past. And they are trying to get to a planet called Beta Off 2, right? And her father are really close. Her dad is a farmer on the ship. And then suddenly, there's like also an artificial intelligence called Sybil on the ship. And they have access to like an expansive library with all the books ever needed, ever, whatever, right? And they also have a thing called the Atlas that she can walk around and look like on Earth, what Earth would look like, right? And so then a virus starts spreading through the ship, and she gets locked in the vault with Sybil, while everyone else outside is dying, basically. And that's our setting. So we have a space setting with Constance, we have our Idaho setting with Zeno and Seymour, and then we have our Constantinople setting with Anna and Omir. And I wanted to give a little rundown so that way you can see. That way, when we talk about it, it's a little easier to follow along. Won't be super easy, but it will be a little easier. Ash, do you want to go next with your fave character?
Uh, this is so hard because I've enjoyed them all in their own way. Um, I didn't like Seymour until the end. Um, well, I didn't dislike him either. He was like a character where I was very like, my God, he's just very misunderstood, and he's, like they don't have the resources to help him, and you know, I don't know. Anyway, He wasn't my favorite, but I wasn't saying like I didn't villainize him either.
Mhm.
Um, anyway, um,
Ashley had to get that out of her system. She's like, I needed to say
I
this.
did. I was like,
I mean, if the eco terrorist was your favorite, I would be
he
a
wasn't.
little concerned, but
He was satisfying. He had a satisfying end for me. But mm, it's really between Zeno and Anna for me.
mm,
Um, Zeno, all of the things Cass said. Um, I adored Zeno. Um, but I also found Anna very exciting. Like to me, her stuff was like the most like it's like she just saw her sister get beat because this pastor or like the owner of them basically thought that she was reading unbiblical work and he was like you're a witch and beat her up really bad and she's like I'm still going to sneak out like she's crazy. um you know what I mean? It's
Anna
like
gives
I'm going
uh,
to sneak out and get more manuscripts.
Anna gives Ashley vibes.
yeah.
No. No. I would not do that. But she was definitely like I think she just was really brave and always like I don't know, and I think in a time and a place and a situation that she was in to where it was so easy to just be like, you just have to just like just conform, just be it's easier. Or like even when the walls were gonna come down, they're like, yeah, just be someone's wife. She's like, I'm gonna run away. I'd rather die. It's like, yeah, yeah, gal. She's like, oh, and my books, gotta take those with me. Um,
No food nor nothing, just books.
yep,
That's all you need.
yep.
Feed on
Um,
knowledge.
yeah. But also I enjoyed watching her grow too because like um I think she's just a really strong personality. Like at first she's like, I just want to goof around and learn how to read and stuff. So I found this guy and I'm gonna like steal and give him wine from my owner and he's gonna teach me how to read to like okay, like I found people who I'm gonna go steal these manuscripts and then people are gonna pay me and then I'm gonna help my sister and it's kind of like, oh, just be a seamstress. And she's like, no, I got work to do. I gotta make a earning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's like, she really just took control of her life. She's like, no, actually, I'm not gonna be a seamstress. No, I'm not gonna wait till the walls come down and some man just takes me as a slave. No, not gonna do that. So I think Anna. I adored Zeno. Like they're very close, but I think Anna's my favorite character.
Hmm, I like that. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my favorite character was Constance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
hmm She was my favorite. I think she mirrors Anna a lot and Zeno a
Mm-hmm.
lot. But I really like I really liked sorry, that made me laugh. I really liked her resilience as well, but in a different way. Because she's faced with the hardship of the entire I am stuck in this vault with something that is not alive that is trying to take charge of my life, and I want to take charge of my life now. And I not
Mm-hmm.
only want to take charge of my life, but I want to explore who my dad was. And in turn, she explores who her dad is and finds out the real truth of the Argos, which is this is a big spoiler. Don't listen. Big spoiler.
Big
Okay.
spoiler.
Um the big spoiler is that the Argos is not actually in space, and that it is a it's a pilot study and they're actually on Earth, and that she's lived this lie this whole time, but she had to like face that and be like the Earth, because she was told her whole life the Earth is devastated and no one can live on it and it's horrible and it's and uninhabitable and all this stuff, and she had to face that, and she not only had to face that but also that she had to leave the vault that her dad locked her in to save her, right? And
Mhm.
saw all those dead bodies and saw her entire community and her entire support system dead and decaying and molding, which is horrific. Um,
Yes.
and I just really admired how she continuously like just epically like hacked at a spaceship and was like, if I'm out in fucking space, then I'm gonna go out like a baller, dude. And that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna be dead, and that's fine. And she is like, oh, I'm not dead. Cool. I'm just gonna keep going now. And like to see her excitement to be like, oh my god, there's rain, and even if this rain is poisonous, I'll get to breathe this earth air for like 5 minutes or whatever, and I'll die. It's like
Mhm.
that kind of like mindset of life is just wonderful. And you see her come out of like, because she was so depressed for so long, and rightfully so. And then she just becomes like such a badass. And I was like, oh my God, Constance. And Constance is a teenager, so she's like, she's doing all these badass things. I was like, what the fuck? And then her having her happy ending made me really happy. So yeah,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed her story. I thought it was very intriguing, and she just was very like exactly how my mind would be probably in that situation. So I liked it.
I loved Constance's story.
So
Mhm.
The
good.
Argos
Mm.
reveal was hands down my favorite.
Mhm.
It was so
So good.
good.
You're like, for most of the book, you're like, yeah, I get it. This is Wally. All these
Mhm.
people got sent up into space because they can't live on Earth. Yeah, that's we've heard this story before. But then when like starts getting revealed, and when Seymour's story starts tying into it, you're like, wait, wait a
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
minute.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Crazy.
good, so good. But I loved Constance's story. It was such a toss-up for me to choose between Zeno and Constance.
Mm.
Yeah.
So going into our next question, um, I'm very so this is not this. I think this is to me is different storyline versus character, even though this plot is very character driven. Which storyline, and I'll say more so like setting, I would say, um, were you most engaged with, and which one the least?
Um, I think I was most engaged with Constance in the Argos storyline
Mm.
because it was the fantasy element of it all.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And also the fact that like trouble's afoot, from the beginning, it's like something's not right. There's the weird virus spreading that you're like, yeah, wait a second, on a self-contained spaceship. How does that happen?
Mm.
And then the crazy Elliot story that you're like, what does Elliot know? Why was Elliot trying to break out of our So like from the
Mhm.
beginning there's this like I don't know, the something's not quite right, and I love that like the mystery of it of like, oh, how's this gonna pan out?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
So and you also got like the backstory on her dad and everything, and like a little bit of glimpse into what the Earth was like when they left
Mhm.
and why they left. And so I think that was my favorite storyline, and the one that I was always excited when it came back up. The one that was hardest for me was Omir, just because
Mhm.
there wasn't a lot going on. He was always just this. He was on the edge of the battle. He was there because he's like, because I was thinking this for a lot of the book, that I'm like, okay, everybody has some sort of connection to the book, but not Omir. But he's clearly gonna I mean, they tell us in the uh summary of the book that he and Anna meet. So I'm like, okay, so he's got to be the vehicle to deliver this book, and the reason that it makes it to modern day, because otherwise he has no connection to this story. Why is he here? Uh, so Omir was the hardest for me to follow, just because there wasn't a lot going on with it, and he wasn't wrapped in with the book, with the Cuckoo Land through story. He still had Cuckoo Land vibes, but
Mhm.
he wasn't tied to it like the other characters were.
Mm.
And it moved so slowly. Like it was like, yep, we're still just sitting here outside the walls. Maybe we'll siege, maybe we won't. Uh,
Mhm.
and then he leaves and he's doing his own thing with his donkeys and shit. Uh, but and it felt like his chapters were the longest. My favorite was like how quickly it flipped back and forth between perspectives because you never get a chance to lose interest. Fucking brilliant.
Mhm.
Mm.
But Omir's were always like a few pages longer, and I was like, why? But I don't know. I knew he was gonna have a purpose in the end, but for a lot of the book, I was like, brother, please.
My brother in Christ. Please. Ash, what about you?
Um, I don't know. I really don't have a favorite because I enjoyed. I don't. Well, okay, hold on.
Oh.
Because I felt the same way with Amir and Seymour. Like Seymour, it was like you're engaged because you're like he's gonna bomb children. Like you're like,
Wait a
okay, he
second.
doesn't. And then, huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no.
That I was saying, wait a second, like
Right,
commenting on your behalf.
right. I'm sorry.
Like that it the fact that it
Uh,
starts with a bomb and then they go away and you're like, wait a second, weren't we? Let's go
yeah.
back to that. Let's go. Is this the same guy?
Pause. There's a bomb. Curious about that.
Hang on. I feel like we lost the
Mhm.
plot.
Mhm. Um. So it's kind of like with him, I wasn't like didn't even think that him and Cloud Cuckoo Land would connect until the end, and I was like, "Ah, so sweet. Um. But yeah, I felt the same way with Amir. I was like, I thought maybe the grandpa knew the story. Like he heard it by mouth one time because he always told Amir stories that were kind of like silly and fantastical like that. And so I was like, maybe he does know it, but doesn't know that he knows it.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. But yeah, Amir's at the beginning. I was like, all right, why is he here? What are we doing? But I think my favorite storylines um was probably Zeno and Constance and
Mm.
Anna. Sorry,
Mm.
that's three of them, but
That's okay.
I don't know. But honestly, all of them, like, I wasn't like, okay, we got to read through this one, or oh no, like, I want more. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that makes sense. I'm kind of with you guys. Omir was probably my least favorite. He also was the most description. Like I feel like his
Hmm.
chapter had the most wordy descriptions. And I think that's because also his big thing is like communicating with people. He's not very good at that. Like people don't want to talk to him. So he's very
Hmm.
observant and that's like why. Um, but at the same time I was like, Omir, please, please. I don't want to hear about the water dragon looking thing. I don't. I didn't. But um yeah, but my favorite storyline was a mixture was probably in between Zeno and Constance as well. They were my top two. They were most enjoyable for me. Um I think Zeno had like one of my favorite books is Last Night at the Telegraph Club, and that's like right up my alley. Being gay in the 50s? Yo, yo, unrequited love? Yo, that's my jam. Gay yearning for years and years and years, so much that you transcribe your dead lover's book? Yeah, that's my shit. That's my shit. And I'll stay on that. Um, and then, Constance was my favorite character. So it was just like, yeah, both of those were just really, really interesting. And then also just how he grew into a little cute old guy, which is so cute. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. We ready? Hard
Hmm.
hitter question.
Oh, oh,
Hard hitter question.
Okay.
Here we
oh
go.
God.
Actually, no, I'll keep it easy. I'll keep it easy. We'll skip to this one because since we're talking about it kind of a little bit. How are each of the characters' lives connected, and did you feel like this thread paid off in the end?
Yes.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yes, it does. It pays off. Ah,
I would
so good.
argue that this is one of the best payoffs I've ever read in a really long time.
Hmm?
True story. I love a disjointed book, but with a through story, and that's this. It reminded me so much. I talk about it all the time. I feel like I mention it every time I club, but my favorite book ever, The Overstory
Mm.
by Richard Towers, does the same thing where it's like multiple timelines that come together in such an amazing way, and that's exactly what this book does. Uh so yes, they're all connected. They're all connected like not only through the book at different times. Like where there's some characters that the book is with them from beginning to end. Like Anna discovers, well, not she fairly close to the beginning of the book. She discovers Cloud Cuckoo Land
Mhm.
that she doesn't even know it's Cloud Cuckoo. She just heard there's a book out there that consists of all of the knowledge, everything you could possibly know, and Anna, in her limited knowledge, who is just learning to read and exploring books, uh, finds this book that talks about this man who was once a donkey and then a fish, and he went up to the clouds, and she's like, "This is everything. This is the book they were talking about," which is why she saves it. So I mean, it's maybe not the book they were talking about. Such a book can't exist, but what a wonderful book for her to save because of like this impact it has on so many people. Uh Not even so many people, only a few people because it was fucking lost. Imagine how many books out there are lost, guys.
Makes me sad to
Craziness.
think about it,
Ah,
actually.
so many stories like this. I had to look. I'm getting so off the point. This is a side point, and then I'm gonna get back. But I had to look it up. That I was like, okay, I'm curious now. Was Cloud Cuckoo Land like actually a Greek novel that he's referencing? It is not, but it's like the author's idea for this does come from a Greek novel of similar
Mhm.
uh, vibes. Um, but anyway, so yes, they're all connected through eventually the book, all of them in some ways. But also, I think this is a question that is on the list as well. But just the idea of Cloud Cuckoo Land and being like cuckoo people, they're all like a little bit out of place in their living setting and for what they believe and what they hope for. They're all these like fantastical dreamers of other worlds and what's better. Um, and in different all in different ways, you know, like Anna's like I want to read and I want to see what's out in the world, and uh
Mhm.
Omir maybe less so.
Well,
again
he's
again
a
he
person
was the
who has a
deliverer.
disfiguration.
That's true,
So and he's
and he
trying to find
sees
love and
and he's the
companionship.
like he's like I don't want to siege the world, like I just we don't need to ransack
People call
Constantinople. I
him a
just want to live with
monster,
my
but they're the monster,
monster.
like Frankenstein.
Um, and so they're all these like they're all just these dreamers,
Mhm.
you know, lovers and dreamers. And me. Uh and I love that. I love
Are you
the
saying Cloud
like
Cuckoo Land is the Rainbow Connection?
it Cloud Cuckoo Land is Rainbow Connection. Cloud Cuckoo Land is times they are a changin'. This is this is the book. This is the book that brings the world together.
Oh, perfect.
Um because it's just about the people who are like brave enough to hope that there's more out there or that things could be better. And they all go about it in very different ways. Obviously, Seymour thinks the answer is to bomb the thing he doesn't like in order to wake the people up. Um, but we're all, you know, the idea of Cloud Cuckoo Land is also the fact that you exist in fantasy land. That's not exactly what's going on.
Mm.
Um, and I think they're criticized for that a lot of times. Like they're kind of like outcasts of their world because they think and see differently. Uh, and sometimes it's for the best, and sometimes it's maybe not, like in Seymour's case.
Yep.
Um, but just these ideas of dreamers, and I think they're all connected by that idea that they hope for more, and they're these like they're all sensitive people too, you know.
Mhm.
They're these like tender-hearted people, so they're ah they're poets, you know? They're
So can
all
I,
just these.
since we're talking
Yes.
about my other question, we kind of tacked that
Yes.
on to two for one. Um,
Super.
what does Cloud Cuckoo Land mean for you? That's the other half of that question.
I basically that. Basically what I just said. But I did like look it up and everything. That's my favorite things after reading books, watching movies, because I'm like, where's the Reddit thread? Um,
Me too. Oh my god.
so and he does do it at the beginning of the book. He references the quote about the naming of Cloud Cuckoo Land and where it comes from, and it's from that a Greek story by Aristophanes that they're like, oh, there's this magical world out there. There are no problems and everything's great and you never have to wish for anything.
Mhm.
It's in the clouds and there's birds flying around and they're like, ah, crazy place. Cloud Cuckoo Land. Very, very on the nose. But it's over time just becomes this phrase known as like this fantasy land, a utopia that people dream about but isn't. Uh, and so then it's like if you believe in this fantasy land, then you're like you're cuckoo, you're up in the clouds. I wonder if those phrases are connected in like head in the clouds and cloud. I wonder.
Probably.
I wonder. Um, but yeah, so to me, it's that idea of, but like less so in a negative way of like head. Like I'm always on the team of the dreamers and the believers.
Mm.
So
Unless you're
for
an
me,
eco
it's like
terrorist, then no.
Mhm.
unless you're gonna, yeah, bomb a library about it.
Don't do
Uh, it wasn't the library. It was just a convenient place to put it because it was right next door to the place he wanted to bomb. I get his mindset, but the library, man.
that. Literally. You couldn't have put it on the front door. I don't know.
Yeah, like
Right.
maybe don't throw rocks through an RV either. Like there's better ways to do this.
What
I
about
get it, man.
graffiti? What happened to
But he
that?
was like literally this man was
Right.
literally brainwashed.
True.
Uh,
Okay, wait. We're
so
getting off topic.
anyway. Yes.
I
So
want
that's basically all of that. That's what it means to me is that it's like, yeah,
to.
sure, your head's in the clouds. You believe in something that doesn't exist, but in a way that's like hopeful
Mm-hmm.
and endearing of like these people that believe there is better. And I think that that's like all we can really count on for things actually getting better is that people believe there is better. So that's what it means to me. It's like it's a good crazy.
Mm. Ashley, I don't know how you're gonna follow that up. Good luck.
I know.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Um, hold on. So, yes.
Okay.
What was the first question?
So there's two questions Cass kind of answered
Yes.
in that spiel here, which was a
Right.
beautiful spiel. I love how your mind
Yes.
works. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Um, that's why I'm making Ashley go next because I don't want to follow that up. Um, and
Thanks.
it's my bat channel, so I get to pick. So the first question was, um, how were each of these characters' lives connected, and did you feel like the thread paid off? And the second question was, what does Cloud Cuckoo Land mean for each character, and what does it mean for you?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. I thought this paid off so well because, like, as the book goes on, it's like I feel like I had an idea of how these people were connected through Cloud Cuckoo Land, and I was completely wrong and surprised, and it was so wonderful. I was like, oh, like, okay, like I know how sometimes, like, like you have an idea of like, oh, okay, this is how this is going to get to this person, and this is how,
Mm,
like, Constance, dad, you're like, oh, it must be like, right, it's a published book. Like at the beginning of each kind of like part of the book, you get like, oh, translated by Zeno Menes. And you're kind of like, okay, so it's a published work. Like it's probably, a lot of people know it. And then you find out that Constance's great grandmother was one of the kids in the play,
mhm.
and they only got 5 copies of that book, and her dad had one of her, and he went to get the copy of the book. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is
Mhm.
crazy, and that's why she could never find the book in, uh, Sybil, who apparently had every book ever made, and it's like, "How come you don't have this book?" And it's like, "Oh, because it was so special,"
Ah,
and it's just like I was, like, blown away how all these characters were connected and how the story connected all of them, um, and I thought it was really cool too how,
Xena was
like
also blown away.
mhm. Stop!
Hey.
Oh my gosh!
What?
I
So
didn't
sorry.
get that.
So sorry. Continue.
Hey.
Sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Is that too soon?
Too soon.
Yeah, because I literally finished this, like, 30 minutes before we called, so yeah, very
I'm
too
so
soon.
Xena was my favorite character.
I'm
Oh my
sorry.
gosh!
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue what you're saying.
I can't believe you. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh. Anyway, um anyway, um, I felt like Cloud Cuckoo Land for each of the characters, like Constance, it was like or not Constance, Anna, it's like there's a bigger, better world outside of this wall. You know, it's kind of like gives her a dream. And then Amir, it's kind of like, oh, this is storytelling. This is my connection to my family and my connection to my wife. And also reminds me of my grandfather who told me stories. And I need to, like, it was really magical for him. You know, like he thinks it saved them from leaving the city and saved their son and
Mm.
very special to him. And then right, Zeno, it's like his connection to his lover and like really kind of the only way after the war. Like he kind of was like, wow, he's in love with someone else and this is my last connection with him, you know? And he like right, kind of same thing as Anna is like dream of something else, you know, like bringing this story to life and honoring my lover who this was a passion of his. And then like I feel like Seymour it was um like I feel like his way of closure almost of being like I made a huge mistake and I had my whole life full of anger and like this was like my way of like his way of almost like coming to closure with that of like his actions and his feelings,
Mm.
you know, to like I feel like for him it wasn't much the story, but like I had something taken away and I took something away from these children, but I have the power to give it back to them, you know? And it's like, yeah. And then of course Constance is like, oh, this is my connection to my dad. It was just really cool how they were all like connected and but it was completely different how that story what it meant for each of them, you know?
Mhm.
I thought that was cool.
I agree with that.
Me personally, I think it's like especially the ending with the book where he flips through the book and it's like one page is very happy and then the next page is the same city in ruin and it's like right like this is all you know I don't know like I don't know how to explain this but I feel like Cloud Cuckoo Land for me is kind of like when people are trying to chase something like chase perfection or chase like oh like the grass is always greener and it's kind
Mm.
of like you know I guess like learn to enjoy what you have where you're at too, you know? Like, because I like how the children at the end changed the story to that he wanted to go back home because
Mm.
he's like, right, I just had, it's like, I just learned the knowledge of the world. And it's like, how can I just close it and be a bird
Which was the
knowing
original ending
what
too,
I know? Hmm.
which I loved. That was so
Um,
cute.
yeah. And I just like that because I feel like that's very true. It's kind of like, you know, to me, it's like a gratitude thing. It's
Mm.
like, yeah, like we could be chasing like, you know, like, oh, this is so much better if we had this, or, there's somewhere where we could just be on a beach and not worry about anything ever again. And it's like, but then like, and we could be a bird, and it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't have like my family or my friends, or I wouldn't have the things I would enjoy. I'd be a bird,
That's
like,
Yeah. This
so.
is that is like such an interesting notion because it's making me like rethink things
Mhm.
in the book because really Athon, I always said Athon, um, is the only one, like the actual character. Well, like, this is with the rewritten version, because, and also who's to say, because they got out of order. Um, but with a version that the children rewrite it to be that he goes back home, and then the version that people seem to know, or that is the characters seem to follow too, is like they do kind of stay in their cuckoo land, you know?
Mhm.
Like Anna does leave, and um Seymour blows things up and goes to jail. He comes around. He comes around. Um Constance breaks out of the ship. Like all of them fight for their cuckoo land and end up in this new place and seem better for it, but at the same time there is that, like, the rewritten version of Cloud Cuckoo Land where you have the like Wizard of Oz moment. Oh, I've been so far, but there's no place
Mhm.
like
Can I
home.
argue
So I
something?
wonder. Yes,
I want to argue that they left Cuckoo Land to go home.
they left Cuckoo Land.
Because if you think about it, Anna was in Constantinople, where everyone's like, "Oh, the Greeks are so amazing, and they don't want for nothing, and they're drunk all the time, and they just la 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 la,"
Mm,
right? Even though
Mm,
it
yeah.
wasn't like amazing, right, for Anna, but she left to find a very simple life. Like she
mhm.
could have been someone's wife and been in a manor and famous and whatever, right? But she left to live a very simple life. And I would also argue that Omir left the spoils of a siege to also go live that
Yeah.
life.
Mhm.
Um,
Everybody else is cuckoo.
and then Constance left for real Cuckoo Land to go to a world
Yeah.
that could have been on fire. But she
Yeah.
returned to her original home, which was Earth.
Mm.
Seymour left his cuckoo land of becoming an eco terrorist and sobered the fuck up, I guess. But also Trusty Friend, he also had to leave Trusty Friend and face that reality eventually, which I think came to him a lot later in the book.
Later.
Um,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say, Ash?
Mm.
I was gonna say, I feel like Seymour's Cuckoo Land
Mm,
was, I think and this is from like when I feel like he has like child trauma a little bit, because I think he really only experienced peace in his own little like wooded world in the woods.
mm,
And then when that was taken away from him, because it's like he didn't want to leave, right? So he's in his cuckoo land, but that was taken away from him. And
mm,
Oh
so
yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna blow everything up. Like, if you took this from me, then I'm taking away from you, or I'm going to resent you and hate you, and I want to tear, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
mm.
I feel like with Seymour, we get the flip view of like he was in his cuckoo land and he didn't want to leave, and then it was taken from him, and he was like,
Oh,
"Fuck all of you, I
I would
hate you."
also say Zeno is like that also
Yeah,
because
yeah,
his cuckoo land is with Rex.
Yes.
He imagines this life that with Rex, and he's like, oh, we're gonna run away together, and he's in love with him for so long, and it's not until he's in his 80s that he
And
like
he sees Rex with his Hillary.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and he has to sober up from that, and then he eventually finds a new cuckoo land, one might say,
We all need
literally
a
and
cuckoo
figuratively.
land. We all need a cuckoo
We do
land.
all need a
but
cuckoo
only for a little bit, because then we'll be like Seymour.
land.
Like,
Yeah,
um
whoa. Are you
Ashley,
saying
I feel
did
like,
you did you
huh?
answer
you're
what
gonna
it meant
become
for
an
you?
ego terrorist?
Oh.
What'd you say?
Are you saying you're gonna start bombing things, Ashley?
Ashley, please don't say
No,
that
I'm
on
saying
twitch.tv.
no. I'm saying no. I'm saying that it's like Alice in Wonderland, like, don't fall too far down the rabbit hole.
Mm.
Like, have your cloud cuckoo land, but, like, stay in your reality too.
Mm.
Like, you can't run away from things and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna just be in my woods with my owl and put my headphones on and not do anything or
Mhm.
You can
handle anything that I don't like." And
Mm.
have
when they make me watch a video I don't like, I'm gonna slam the monitor on the ground, you know? Which
you
again,
can
I think
have
that's a nod to autism,
yeah.
which is also really sad on Seymour's part because I think obviously undiagnosed.
Mhm.
Like you kind of get glimpse that he's talking to doctors, but it seems like maybe from his economic standpoint and like his mom working like 2 to 3 jobs, it's like he plain didn't want the help and also like he just couldn't get the resources to help
Nope.
like cope with his what he was feeling and how he interacted with the world around him. Like he just was not given the resources to cope with that, which is really sad.
Mm.
Yeah. But what it meant to me is I think I did. I was talking about it to me was like a thing about gratitude
Oh, right,
of
right.
like,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I remember you saying that. Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
I was like, I think Ashley said this, but I want to make sure.
Hmm.
Okay. I guess it's my turn. I don't know how I'm gonna follow that up because you guys said so many beautiful things that I was already thinking in my brain.
Say beautiful things.
Uh,
You can do it.
um, I'll start with the easy one. Um, I really liked the thread. I think it paid off really well. Um, and I feel like we've been getting books lately that have promised that the thread is going to pay off, and it hasn't quite paid off as
Mhm.
much as
Yeah.
this book, in my opinion. So I really enjoyed that. I just really think it was enthralling because I think there were even because you obviously have like the main thread of like Cuckoo Land and time and space and whatever, but there's also like a lot of little things that connect them, like how Zeno called Rex like his code name was Trusty Friend, and there's a lot of like
Yeah.
little stuff like that that I was like, oh, cute,
What's that word? Is it the synchronicities or what's it's something like that.
something like that. Don't ask me, I
Mm,
can't read.
I no, but I know what you're trying to say.
Where it's like those things that like keep coming up.
Mm,
Mhm.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
trusty friend.
Oh. So it's just like stuff like that that's just like I really enjoyed. And I think it made the payoff worth it because it wasn't just a big payoff. It was a lot of small payoffs. Motif. Is that the word?
No,
Mm.
it's like a thing that like hippie people.
Oh.
It's a it's I feel like it's like a
Oh,
yogi
it's like
thing.
a sign. No,
Mm.
I know what you're trying to
It
say, and
is
I
like a
also can't
sign, but
think
it's
of
like
a.
yeah, it's like these things that keep coming up in life and so that's supposed to have meaning or something. But people do it in
It's
like
like
a
when you see
tarot.
this. Oh, sorry.
People do it in like a tarot way where they're like, "Oh, they're your going to come up in your life and it's going to mean something like horoscope vibes." And you're like, "Yeah, sure."
To like
Um,
angel numbers and things like
Uh,
that.
yeah, serendipities. Maybe that's it.
that sounds more right than what I was thinking.
But it's just like weird things that come up. And I've always just seen it as like coincidences.
Mm.
We find meaning in strange things, but
True.
yeah, I like that came up throughout the book.
Me too.
And the
Mhm.
fact that what's her face?
Mm.
Um, you know, that Constance's grandmother, great
Oh yeah.
grandmother,
Uh-huh.
was
Mhm.
a part of the children who did the play.
So cute.
The fact that they just threw that in there, she's like, ah, that's great grandma. I
It's
was like,
grandma.
what? That's
I
grandma.
loved it. It's so
I
cute.
was like, you're kidding. So then it like really tied a connection to the book to every single character in a really cool way.
Yeah, and it was all in a very unique way. I would also
Yeah.
say, like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, and then the book passed on to this guy, and then the book passed on to this guy. It was like all in a very interesting way that I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
Mhm.
I did it. Like how Ashley was saying, she couldn't predict how each person was going to connect, and I was like, no, you cannot.
They all found their way
No.
to this story in such different, weird ways.
hmm Um,
Yes.
And I think both of you kind of answered the what does the Cloud Cuckoo Land mean for each character, and you've kind of streamlined both my major two thoughts. So I'm gonna condense the thoughts
Okay.
to one word. And I think Cloud Cuckoo Land for each character is a labor of love in some way.
Mhm.
Because for oh my God, what's her name? For Anna, it's a labor of
Anna.
love because she reads it to her sister, and she
Mhm.
also carries it physically and then reads it to her children and reads it to Omir when they're starving, and it's just like a beautiful labor of love for her. And then Omir, he also physically carries it, um, and to carry on his like wife's passion and his wife's work of like her learning how to read. And I just think that's beautiful. And then Zeno, it's a labor of love, obviously, because that's like what his not lover. Are they lovers? Worse. Worse. His unrequited love, uh, and his like life's work, and how he also his Rex died doing what he loved. So I think that even meant even more to him of like continuing on that passion for him, which was beautiful. And then for Seymour, it was I would say a labor of love, but also repentance, which kind of goes
Mhm.
off what you were saying of like closure, Ashley. But I think that still takes a lot of love because he even says, "I destroyed something you loved, the library," um,
Mhm.
and also Zeno, I would say, and in turn gave them a piece of that love, which was the book, which I thought was really beautiful. And then Constance, her great grandmother Rachel, I just remembered her name. Rachel was the kid's name. Her great grandma Rachel gave that to her kid, and then it passed down to her, basically in a weird space way. It passed down to
In
her.
a weird space way.
um, and it passed down to her, and it was just so beautiful, and that's like what connected her to her dad and her grandma, and also led her to get her own freedom. Um, so it was a labor of love for herself and from her family from the past in a space way. So
In a space
in a
way.
space way. So I loved that Cloud Cuckoo Land throughout the entire thing was just a labor of love. And for me, I'm gonna take it literally because I think you guys both said it very beautifully metaphorically, but I'm gonna say it literally. That the physical actual book Cloud Cuckoo Land that you have to read this story, right? Um, I think for me was a very nice reminder because there's a quote in this book that um I don't remember the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of our earth as it is enough, or our home as it is enough, right?
Mhm.
And I needed that reminder because I think right now especially we live in a very tumultuous time. Um especially with a lot of things happening that are out of our control, and I've been feeling very stressed about it and very ungrateful of like why can't we do better? Why can't this be better? Why can't this be better? And very like cynical almost in a way, and very apathetic, and it's been very difficult as well, just job wise also. And I think that's kind of made me a little jaded recently, and reading this book I was kind of like it's okay to be happy with what we
Mhm.
got right now. It's okay to be happy with people trying their best and
Mhm.
finding little things in life to be happy about. It's okay. I don't have to, I can be empathetic, but also I need to find joy in spaces, or else I am going to be like Seymour, becoming eco terrorist. No, I'm not. Twitch, that was a joke. That was a joke, Twitch. I'm not going to be an
Of
eco
course.
terrorist. That was a joke. That was satire. That was not for real. But YouTube also, that was a joke. That was not for real. I'm not going to do
Right.
that. I would never
Right,
do
right,
that.
right.
Thank you.
No.
But no, but like I just thought it was very a nice reminder for me to just be grateful and thankful for small moments. Grateful and thankful for small moments. Like this book club, for instance. I'm just very grateful and thankful, and right here is enough for me to be happy right now. You know what I mean? I don't have to constantly keep
Mm.
going for that cuckoo land of a perfect world, right? I'm okay right here.
Mhm.
And that's what it means
Mhm.
to me.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
I'm tearing up.
you. Gosh, this book is so crazy long, and it is it's quite literally I have so many questions, but I kind of want to kind of more so go off of my more closed questions and kind of open it up because I think, or else we're gonna be here for 4 hours. So I'm just gonna leave it open ended to were there any obvious like are there any parallels or themes in the book? There's a lot of themes um in the book that you thought were the most interesting or the most like, oh my gosh, I have to talk about this. Some themes that came a lot was like oh my gosh, environmentalism was a big theme. Um, being gay and it was a big theme. Or queer in general, I would say, was a big theme. Um, I would also say any type of neurodivergency. I would also say war was a big theme. Lots of war. I'm just trying to give some brain because this was not a written question, so I'm just trying to jog some brain. But feel free to interrupt me at any point.
I think there is this theme of like truth seeking
Mm.
in there. Um of like I know that this isn't like something's going on here. We see it very obviously in Constance's story. And then with Seymour in when he starts like coding for this company that's mapping the world, and they're like having him get rid of all the impurities to make it look really nice when it shows up on like a Google Earth kind of thing, and he starts like coding secrets in there to expose it.
Mm.
Which is how Constance, so good.
That was
But I
such a
think
good reveal.
I loved it with the owl.
Oh, so good.
But so yeah, there was this like truth seeking of it, and then that's in Anna that in her like escaping, not escaping, but leaving Constantinople because she knows that she's not gonna get a life that she wants there, and they don't. She's not. I mean, it's also just because she's a woman and it's Constantinople. But she doesn't get to read, and it's I don't know this like I don't know. It's the only way I can describe it. Is this like I know this isn't right. I'm gonna try to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And my type 1 nature really relates to that.
I love how you said that. My type 1 nature really
Yeah.
relates to that. I was one of my favorite themes probably was the war in this book.
After the war, we went back.
Oh. Go off, Queen. Go ahead. Hamilton, spit those bars.
No.
Oh, okay.
First time you said war, it came into my head, and so then I had to time.
Yeah, I liked both of like there was so many war parallels. Not just like the war itself, but there is like the Korean War, Constantinople siege, Seymour declaring war on people in general. But yeah, I just really enjoyed like the descriptions of war because I think they were done very tastefully. We've had books in the past that were not done as well, but you could really see the parallels between like all of the characters and war, whether that was the war on themselves and what they were dealing with, or the actual war that they were fighting. And how a lot of them had people that you could kind of see either fought in wars, like Zeno's dad fought in a war as well. And stuff like that. So it's just like, and like Seymour's grandfather fought in a war, and it's just like very interesting seeing how that affects them in different ways. Like we see Zeno and how his PTSD manifests, but we also see like Seymour
Mhm.
and how he is kind of glorifying and glamorizing it, which is very interesting. And then we see how, Anna's resilience throughout the war, and then Omir kind of fleeing the war and like being down about himself and being like, I'm a deserter, but as a reader, I'm like, yes, go. Get away
Yes.
from them. Horrible. Uh, so it's just I really liked that theme, and I think it stayed consistent throughout the book, which is very hard to do in my opinion when you're dealing with so many different types of war. It's really hard to do. So,
Mhm.
one of my faves. One of my faves. I also just really liked like Zeno's, this is gonna sound a little morbid, but I really like Zeno's war. Like that whole little section when he was at the war was very, very intriguing to me.
Mhm.
So I really like that. Hmm.
Yes, I agree. I was gonna say that too, Kylie, was like war was a big parallel to me. Um,
Does that mean we're morbid? What does that say about
no,
us?
no,
No.
No,
I don't think so. Because
no.
I mean, think about it
Um,
like I mean, I feel like everybody, it's either war or murder. Like, do you
Murder.
know how many
Martyr.
murder podcasts there are?
That's true.
That's so
People
cute.
are
No.
really
Or
fascinated
like,
with serial killers. It's concerning. Find better
yeah. You know
idols.
how many books are on the
Concerned.
World War II or Hitler? You know what I mean? Oh,
True.
I
Ugh.
didn't say that Twitch. I didn't say that YouTube.
Yeah, you're gonna get me
Hmm.
banned.
No. Um, but yeah, I agree with everything you said.
Mhm.
But yeah, I
Mm.
feel like Constance against the machine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
Mhm.
crazy. That was a crazy scene. Oh my
That was
god.
crazy.
Oh my god. There was so
It's,
much that happened in
it's
this
like
book.
the man versus self, man versus society stuff.
Mm.
That
Mhm.
it's like it's all war, and it's all like people's different responses to like what do? What do we do when we gotta fight everything?
Mhm.
But it's all like I don't know. It's the Florence, Constance and the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine?
Uh, Rage Against. She did. She broke a hole in the machine. She raged
She set that shit
successfully.
on fire. She said, I'm setting this shit
Yeah.
on fire, dude.
Okay, what blew my mind is that did they just give up on Argos? They're like, oh man, they all got sick. Well, let's just let it
Or
rot.
Literally! I was gonna say that. Okay, sorry. I was
so
That like and
also,
she that she moved into this little town nearby, but could like close enough that she could still see it in the distance. And I'm like, girl, I would have been out of there.
right. But it was Greenland. So that's kind of
I
nice.
yeah.
mean, that's true.
Okay. I also wanted to say
Yeah.
too, what was their plan for like what, like 300 years later? They're gonna be like, we made it. We finally made, like, say they
So
made it.
true.
Say they made it and they
What were
finally
they gonna
open those doors, like, and it's just Earth and there's people and they're like, what the fuck?
They would have been
Like,
like, this is it. This
yeah.
is beta op, whatever.
Or yeah, or if they got abandoned, right? And it was just like they self-sustained and Sybil kept them going, and then they come out and people are like, "You're crazy. You're all crazy." Like,
God.
because that's
That's so
because I
true.
was
There was
surprised,
no
like,
plan with this.
yeah. And then when Constance got out, I was like, okay, so she's in a tundra, so she's gonna freeze to death. And then it's like, oh, there's a village, and I'm like, wait a second, I thought the Earth was on fire,
So,
but
wait, was that
it was
village
just a
there
lie.
the whole time too?
I think
So
so.
right was and then when they advertised this, it's like, did everyone on Earth think, "Oh, wow, like, these group of people are gonna go." You know what
Space.
I mean? Because they interviewed people to go. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not like it was a top secret mission or anything, it was like, yeah. It's like, you didn't think they were gonna I would've been like, "I wanna see it take off."
Mm.
You know what I
God,
mean?
the worst clickbait there is. Jeez. You thought these like Indeed people were bad about fake jobs, but holy shit, they told you you were going to space and they stuck you in metal circle in the middle of Greenland. Like,
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
dang, you got duped, my guy.
And they
But
all
eventually,
died. God.
I don't know what happened. I need another story. What happened on the Argos?
Ah, God.
Is Sybil still there? What is
I
Sybil
think Dad
doing?
knew, dude. And I think that's why he was like, we gotta go. I think he knew exactly what that was.
He was crazy Elliot. He came back.
Also, that made me wonder too. It's like, did he just happen to come across an owl, and he just happened to touch
Yeah,
it,
right? That's
or
what I
did
was
he
thinking.
also kind of figure it out, kind of how she did, and was like he's just walking around. He's like, that's another owl. Oh, like how?
Hmm. I don't know, dude.
And that's also okay. Also,
Yep.
I guess, did they kill him and then suck him, quote unquote, suck him out of into quote unquote space, or were they like, oh no, he killed himself? Oh, I didn't say that YouTube or Twitch, but
Ashley's for
he
real
drank.
trying to get me striked right now.
I'm sorry, but he drank all those sleep
Yeah.
The
things.
sleeping
I
pills,
would have been
yeah.
like, yeah, send me out. That's where I'm trying to go. Yep. No, you don't need to knock me out or anything. Just open it. I'll be
I got
fine.
it.
Yep.
And what is
Interesting.
Sybil doing now? Sybil's just like sitting there on this empty bubble. Who
Good.
is Sybil? Is Sybil Siri? Is that a reference? Sybil Siri?
Sybil is AI.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fuck that shit, dude. Ugh. Especially, I just had like a monstrous vision, like when Sybil, like when Constance is leaving, and Sybil's like, "Constance, where are you going?" Like, she's like on fire. And, yeah, it's just like, I was like, "Fuck!" And here's my thing. Here's my thing, guys. Sybil is acting like she don't have feelings or nothing. But
Right.
she's manipulative as fuck.
She starts using Constance's
Yeah.
mom's voice.
And her dad.
I was like,
Hey,
what the
Zucchini,
hell?
turn off. Hey, Zucchini, just put out that fire. I was like, that is
That is
crazy.
some AI shit.
Like,
That's
what
true.
the hell? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Horrible. I would set that bitch on fire also.
If I heard my dad's voice, I would have crushed her little fibers. I'm like, how dare you?
Took an axe
Hey,
to her.
Zucchini.
No.
No.
Sorry.
I am not zucchini to you.
Okay. Are we ready to get into some ending questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so first ending question. What are the type of stories that endure throughout generations? I'm so curious.
Jeez.
What do you think?
Jeez. Kylie, what?
What do you think?
I thought you said the questions were getting easy.
This is easier, kind of. Okay, can I say one example? We read an example this year. I think Piranesi is gonna go throughout generations.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I would also.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that hot take, not so hot take. Piranesi is gonna be a classic book, and it's going to exceed generations. And I think the type of story is I think anything that deals with the hero's journey but doesn't act like you're stupid. You know what I mean? Hero's journey is always going to be a classic, you know. Hero versus whatever the fuck. We love to see ourselves in the stories.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's stories that like tell us something about ourselves and about our world.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I think Piranesi is a great example of something that is modern that will do that. So. You didn't have to give an example, but I just had an example because I was thinking about it today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have an example.
You don't have to have an example, but you're allowed to say your thoughts.
My thoughts.
Uh-huh.
On what? I'm sorry. I don't
Aw.
have an example.
You don't have to have an example. What are the
Okay.
type of stories that endure throughout generations?
Oh, yeah, I think the classic hero story.
Okay, copying my answer. That's fine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there she goes.
I'll just leave. I'll see myself
No,
out.
I'm sorry.
Flabbergasted. Wow.
I know. I made the
You
comment
throw
about
in the
Xeno.
Xeno joke.
I
I was
know.
just saying too late. I
Ah,
can't agree with you. I can't.
you can't. You can't. I'm very smart and very wise. You're allowed to.
Kylie will endure throughout history.
I
Can
will.
someone just like throw a
This
map in the chat,
podcast.
please? She needs to
We
settle
need to
down.
humble her. We need to humble her. Come
Right.
on.
I'm on an
Put her
ego
back in her
trip.
place. This
She
is
needs to
map
settle
play now.
down. She needs to be
Get out of
done.
here.
Yeah.
Give her a lengthy fantasy paragraph to learn to
Oh
read
God.
with lots of
Yeah.
descriptions.
Jesus.
Get out of Cuckoo Land, Kylie. Come on.
You're right. You're right. I'm having too much fun. This is a serious podcast. Everyone stop laughing now. This is serious. This is serious. Ashley, with your most serious face, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm done. Cass, please go.
Cass already said her answer. Unless she wants to expand.
Oh,
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, you were the only one left, Ashley. Get with the program. Are you half asleep?
no.
Not convincing.
Guns are blazing.
I am sitting up right now.
I
So I'm
need
awake.
everyone to put doubt in chat right now because what the fuck? Doubt. Press F to doubt right
Sitting
now.
up.
I'm sitting up. I'm awake. I'm awake for the club.
No, if I was laying down, you guys would know. You'd be like, oh, she's asleep.
Good night, Ashley. You would hear us. We say, good night, Ashley.
Be like, Ashley, do you have anything to add? Oh, okay. She's
There
asleep.
she goes.
I will say,
Mm.
and this always makes Cassidy really mad, but we used to watch movies at Kylie's house, and I picked Ponyo, and then I immediately fell asleep. And they just watched the entire movie.
Fuck that movie. Fuck you for making us watch that movie. Fuck you for falling asleep and not having to go through that.
You literally could have
Hey,
put something
Ponyo.
else on.
I'm still like, it happens every now and again. Ponyo crosses my brain, go red. I can't. Ponyo makes me so mad. Ponyo is everything wrong in this world.
Ponyo, fishy in the sea.
Ponyo is Seymour.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Ponyo.
I still haven't seen it, so I don't know.
You're right.
I still haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah.
I also remember falling asleep to, for the first time, Princess Mononoke, and then waking up and the wolf is gnawing at his head, and I'm like, oh, what's happening?
I remember that.
I like woke up and he's like, and I was like, oh my god, it's getting eaten alive.
Yeah, Jen, sorry. Cassidy is a Ponyo hater in here. Avid
She's a
Ponyo
hater.
hater. She is a hater, yeah. Look at her. She's
I'm neither here nor
silent.
there.
She's silent. So bad. Cassidy, do you want to speak more on that for the people, or?
Has no guilt complex.
Oh.
Takes no responsibility for her actions. I don't care if she's a fish.
Just a baby. Oh.
I don't care if she's a little girl.
Wow.
She never learned her lesson. And people still loved her despite the fact that she flooded the fucking town. She wreaked havoc everywhere. She never said thank you for the special little drink that little boy's mom always made.
Oh.
She's a toddler fish.
Toddlers need to learn lessons too. Never too early.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I had to take a moment. Oh my god. Anyway, there you have it here first. I want to say I'm not a hater of Ponyo. It's not my favorite, but it's cute. Ponyo loves Sosuke.
No. Can't call her cute. Can't call her cute.
She is cute. Her little chicken legs. Come on. Her little chicken feet.
Baba Yaga with the chicken legs.
Baba Yaga.
Oh yeah.
We don't call Baba Yaga cute.
God, I'm too sick to laugh this much, guys. Please. Oh my god. Listen, Baba Yaga is also not a baby. Okay, she's an old lady.
She can be. She was a little bit of a baby in Spoon.
Oh my
And
god.
then Spoon.
Cassidy, we can't talk about Against Spoon right now. That's gonna make me viscerally mad. All right, I'm enjoying book club today.
This might be the only thing I dislike more than Ponyo.
Against Spoon. This is a Gregory Maguire hate club. If you are a fan of Gregory Maguire, you gotta get out. You can like Ponyo, but you can't like Egg and Spoon. Sorry.
No.
Oh God. All right, you ready? You guys ready for fun questions?
Yes.
Okay, fun questions. First fun question is, if you could punch any character in the face in this book just once, who would you punch? There's a lot of punchable characters, so I want to hear.
Who I would punch multiple times and throw down the stairs is, I don't remember his name, but he was the master of the house that Anna and Maria lived in, and he beat Maria. That man. And then he fled and took all their money and left when the siege was happening. I was like, yeah, he could eat shit and die.
Yeah, that guy fucking sucks. Cass?
Yeah.
I want to punch Rex in the face.
Oh!
For not waiting. For not waiting for Zeno.
Oh wow. Very Pride and Prejudice of you.
For not leaving Hillary as soon as his Zeno came back to.
Well, did he know Hillary before?
Hillary was half his age. Hillary was under half his age. Yeah, because it says that because there's like a line, it's very subtle, a line that like when they were fighting in the war, Hillary was a baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Rex. Ew.
Come on, Rex.
Wolf.
No.
Oof.
He wrote you letters. He wrote you letters every day.
And then
yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Oh. Ashley?
I did get really upset because I was like, maybe he does love Zeno. And he's thinking about it, but then they were talking about Hillary and he's like, yeah, I guess that's what you do for love. Talking about Hillary, and I was like, why did you say that to him?
Holy gut punch.
Ew.
Anyway.
Okay. Are you ready? My punchable character, because I've been thinking about this. My character I want to punch is fucking Zeno's stepmom. I want to punch her so fucking bad, and I want to kick her wheelchair down the stairs. Okay? I don't care whatever fucking ailment she got. Okay? She was mean at the beginning. She got rid of his dog when he was a kid. She whimmed and wiled her way with his dad, and then was like, okay, go off to war, I guess. And then was like, I guess I have a fucking kid. And then has creepy babies all over her house. Terrible. Yells at him. It's like, buy the right lipstick this time. All right. Calls him basically homophobic slurs all the time. Worst. She's the worst. And I want her to die 3 times over. Wow. There we go. That's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about
Agreed.
Glad you got that off your chest. Very good.
Okay. You ready? Next fun question.
Ready.
Soundtrack time. What's the soundtrack sound like if this was turned into a movie?
library. Suddenly Simon
Oh,
is in the jail.
Oh.
That'd be my song. It's a jukebox musical, actually.
Oh! You're turning Cloud Cuckoo Land into a jukebox musical. Okay. Wow.
Greek myth into a children's play.
I guess that's fair.
Why can't I turn the book, a Greek book about a play, into a musical? High School Musical, the musical.
You're
It's
so
scary.
right.
This is Cloud Cuckoo Land, the book, the play. Musical.
Oh. And that's what we're
Yep.
going with? That's like the end. Oh.
Yeah, that's the title.
Oh, okay. Okay, just
You have a
clarifying.
problem?
No.
Did it not? Does it not flow well? I can workshop it.
No. I like it.
Oh,
I
okay,
like
okay,
it. I
okay.
like it. It's nice. It's nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So then what are the other jukebox songs?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've only gotten that far. That's the opening number, because that's how the book starts.
Oh, got it.
So I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Ashley, thoughts?
no thoughts.
Oh. She says this every
I know
time,
I've
guys.
said this. Huh?
I say you say this every time, and then you're like, here's a great idea.
No, I'm gonna say this like what I say to every one. I think I said this for the last one, but it's like I feel like this would be a movie that would be kind of like serious, so it would just be like the soundtrack would only be a soundtrack when it's like really tense or really like, but I feel like it would just be the natural noise of the environment around them. Like in Constantinople, if there was like music, like the monks singing and things like that, or yeah, like if there's ambient music playing in the library or something, like stuff like that. Maybe a soundtrack for the Argos because it's probably silent up there. But then that might make it scary because it's kind of scary.
Kind of like Alien.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary movie.
But yeah, it's kind of like no soundtrack, like no score, no film score, if that makes sense. I know, pretty lazy answer.
No, I was kind of going off this vibe, except, okay, so I kind of have a similar thought process of very like, whatever the environment is, ambient, kind of still, but whenever there's like the book or like a big moment or there's like a connecting theme, there's like the theme of this movie. Kind of like Interstellar.
Yes.
Interstellar does this really well. It's like the cornfield maze. Everyone knows the cornfield maze.
Oh my God.
And Interstellar does have like a lot of other music, but that in particular, like you don't really think of the rest of the score for that movie. It's just that is the song, and that song is Interstellar. And it's like, yep,
Right.
that's like when everything comes together with, this is spoilers for Interstellar, so don't listen if you don't want spoilers for Interstellar. When he's like shaking the books and he's like, Merv, right? And it's like, oh, so sad.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the music's like, right? That's what I want. That's what I want. That's my vision.
Oh my God. So then like imagine when Constance is in the Atlas and she sees the first owl. And it's like after she touches the first owl, and then she sees another one. And then the theme plays, and you're like, wait.
It's like do 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 do,
Uh-huh.
and you're like,
And then she goes into the library, and it's like, blah! It's like so loud. It's like,
yes,
so tense.
Yes,
hire us.
that's it.
We'll give you two versions.
We will do this for.
The two versions are jukebox musical and cool soundtrack. That's your two versions. You have to pay for both of them. All or nothing.
Yes. Also, I was thinking about this, like
I'm having deja vu. This exact thing has happened in book club before, in which I was like, yeah, this is a jukebox musical, obviously. And then you guys had, and then Kylie said the exact same.
Oh.
I just had like very vivid. This has happened. This is definitely, except it's not deja vu because I just have
Oh,
uh, we've done this before.
Is this play about
yes.
us?
I'm learning things. Okay, next time I'm not gonna suggest it too far.
I know.
But speaking of movie and soundtrack, friend about this book, and she was like, "Oh, that reminds me of this Cloud Atlas."
Oh,
Mm.
I've heard of Cloud Atlas.
It says tells a story through 6 interconnected tales set across different time periods, exploring themes of reincarnation of souls and how the actions of one life impacts others across history and the future.
I've
Mm.
heard mixed reviews about Cloud Atlas.
She said it's like 3 hours long and it's kind of like weird. Like if you guys have seen, oh god, Everything Everywhere All at Once,
I have
it's
not.
weird,
I can't watch
I
right?
it.
haven't. I want. Oh.
You watch it and you're like, what the fuck just happened? But at the same time, you're like, that was beautiful.
Hmm.
I think this movie is that vibe that like literally what, but at the same time, you're like,
Hmm.
holy cast: Tom Hanks, Halle
Mhm.
Berry, Hugh Grant.
Oh wait, I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie. Yeah, it was weird.
Mm.
It was very strange. I couldn't tell you what happened. Gonna be real.
I want to watch it now though.
No, I can't watch Everything All at Once, whatever the fuck that movie's called. I have mom trauma. I can't do that to myself. Can't do that to myself. I've seen clips. I've cried at the clips.
It's a mommy daughter.
Yeah. Can't do it. Not right now. Maybe later. Maybe after I go to therapy more. That'll be good. Anyway. Are we ready? No, we can't talk about my mom again. All right. I already cried last time talking about my mom on book club. We can't do it again. Not allowed. Only one time per year.
This is no mom book club.
No mom book club. If you're a mom,
No.
get out.
Unless you're Mika's mom.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
This is Mika's mom's book club.
We love Mama Mika here. Okay. That is all my questions, guys. We've pretty much touched on everything, all my other questions, so that was it.
Nice.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we end book club? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. That concludes September book club. What?
That was such a like intense.
Okay. Sorry for being intense, I guess. Fuck me.
Oh.
God forbid a girl be a little intense. Okay. God forbid a girl have a little bit of a personality. God forbid. Oh God. Now I'm choking. Hold on.
No.
Soon this cough will be gone. Anyway, oh my God. Hold on. I'm alive. Okay. What I was trying to fucking do is download this so I could show everybody our books for the rest of the year, because we went ahead and got the books for the rest of the year.
Yay.
Woo! Oh my God, that's so large. Oh, you guys can't see. Oh my God, it's so large. It's so big. You guys can't see nothing.
Whoa.
There we go. So September, ding, done. It'll be available on the YouTube. If you would like to, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi. If you're not, that's fine. But it'll be available then. Then we're starting off next Tuesday talking about bewilderment. Whoa. So next Tuesday we're talking about bewilderment, and it'll be a good time. That was Cass's Hear Me Out book, and I have a lot of thoughts about it.
It won't be a good time, actually.
I'm
really sorry.
It actually will be depressing. It will be very depressing.
Oh,
yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, starting off real strong. Ashley, no spoilers.
I'm sorry.
No spoilers to what you think. Oh, Cassidy, I'm coming.
Okay.
And then after that, the actual October book is our spooky book, which will be October 21st, which is just a couple weeks from the 7th. So it will be a Monster Calls. And it's not a big hefty book. There are spooky illustrations. And this was Cass's pick, so I'm very excited. It's by Patrick Ness. And I've already started it. And it's a good time. So please join us for our spooky book of the month, which it will be on October 21st. And then November, we will have Ashley's book, which will be November 21st. And that is on a nope, that's December. That is on a Friday. The third Friday. The third Friday of November. Where we're going to be reading another Axio book. We read one of her books in February, which was The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. And now we're going to read her other book, The Floating World. So, we're very excited about that. It's going to be a fantasy, probably a romance in there. It's going to be exciting.
A romantasy.
A romantasy. So that'll be a nice, cozy book for November. And then December, we have my Hear Me Out book, which will be Friday, December 5th. Which is our other bonus book. And it's not going to be a good time. It's going to be sad. The book is called Crying in H Mart. So.
Solid way to end the year.
Yeah, I think so. Crying. It's exactly how I want to end. That'll be December 5th. And then the next week, December 12th, we'll be doing our year in review. So every year we do PowerPoint presentations and we talk about books and we have a good goofy time. We'll probably have a little fun drink. I think last time we all had wine, which was so fun. Yeah, so maybe we'll have a fun drink and we'll have PowerPoint presentations and talk about books and talk about characters we liked and just have a good, silly, goofy time to end the year. And that's all we got in store for 2025.
I'm a little bit like mind boggled at the like year in review stuff and the PowerPoint because I feel like we just did that. Like the memory of that is so fresh in my brain.
I know. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
I'm in Cloud Cuckoo land.
Are the illustrations as spooky as scary? No, they are not. They are not as spooky. But they are very spooky, I would say. I don't think they're as scary as that, though. I think Scary Stories is scarier than A Monster Calls, probably. But I don't know. I haven't read it, so we'll see. I wish I could slow down time. That would be fun. That would be a good time. No, it wouldn't. Yeah. Because I've seen Click, and Click is a horror movie. Click freaks me out.
Oh, yeah.
I like that movie. Scary.
Well, that's more of like he wanted to skip the parts he didn't want. And then it's like he skipped his whole life.
Let's not get existential. All right.
All right, that's all we got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us for book club. I think that's literally it. I was gonna stream after. I changed my mind because my plans got moved to tomorrow. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll do a BRB. I'll come back and chat for a minute. If not, do my after school stuff. But I gotta pee. So we're gonna take. I'm gonna leave. Ashley and Cass gotta go. Everyone say bye, Ash. Bye, Cass.
Bye, everyone. It was super fun.
Yes, and we'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys later, Gators. Okay, goodbye. See you later. Goodbye.